Another day, another trade for the Chicago Bears. However, this particular transaction may prove to be the most electrifying, intriguing, and potentially transformative development of the entire offseason, as indications within the league suggest that the Bears are focusing on a young, dynamic running back from the New York Jets. Notably, this is not mere speculation. Rather, it represents a significant possibility, with the target being Breece Hall, a third-year running back from Iowa State, who has already established a reputation as one of the league's most versatile dual threats. Allow me to emphasize that I would not be at all dissatisfied with this acquisition, as it could serve as a pivotal component. Ben Johnson has been patiently anticipating the realization of the complete potential of his offense in Chicago. Bears fans should prepare themselves for an eventful experience, as the journey is poised to become tumultuous in a positive sense. Recall the most recent instance in which Ben Johnson interacted with a running back from Iowa State. Indeed, it was David Montgomery in Detroit, and that collaboration proved to be exceptionally successful, as Montgomery emerged as a crucial component of one of the most effective offenses in football during the previous season. Now envision a more youthful, rapid, and dynamic counterpart in Breece Hall. And all of a sudden, this appears not only as a prudent decision, but also as the strategic placement of a championship-caliber component. However, before we delve into the intricate realm of rumors, statistics, trade suggestions, salary cap information, and the potential impact of Hall on the dynamics of this Bears team, I implore you, if you are a supporter of the Monsters of the Midway and desire immediate success for the team, to engage with the like button as the 2025 NFL season rapidly approaches, and this juncture marks the distinction between astute front offices and their counterparts. In addition, I would like you to provide your feedback below, indicating Y for yes or N for no, regarding whether the Bears should proceed with a trade for Breece Hall. By subscribing and engaging in discussions, you are eligible to win a Luther Burden jersey, with the winner being announced this Sunday, as this initiative aims to enhance excitement, intensify enthusiasm, and prepare for a potentially significant advancement for Chicago. Now, let's examine this in detail. The rumor mill is intensifying, with insiders indicating that the Chicago Bears may favor acquiring a running back through trade rather than engaging in free agency. When analyzed, this strategy appears rational. This inquiry does not pertain to merely addressing deficiencies. Rather, it focuses on identifying the final element necessary to fulfill Ben Johnson's conception of a dual-threat backfield that not only intimidates defenses, but also governs their strategies. According to Aaron Lemming, Breece Hall represents the premier choice among potential trade targets, yet he is simultaneously the least likely to be traded, which enhances the intrigue of the narrative. As in the NFL, possibilities are limitless, particularly post-draft, and it is undeniable that financial considerations prevail. Salary cap space is utilized, and general managers are perpetually within 2 phone calls of fundamentally transforming a roster in a single night. Consider Breece Hall, currently 23 years old, standing at 5'11" and weighing 217 pounds, a former 36th overall selection, who is entering the concluding year of his rookie contract, representing a significant home run threat, with both the qualifications and potential to emerge as a fundamental component of the Bears' offensive strategy. His youth is significant, yet equally important is his experience. 40 career games, more than 2,300 rushing yards, 4.6 yards per carry, and 14 rushing touchdowns, particularly after recovering from an ACL tear that truncated his inaugural season. Notably, he demonstrated remarkable resilience by returning to form without any perceptible decline. In 2023, Hall participated in all 17 games, accumulating 994 yards on 223 attempts, 5 touchdowns, a 4.5-yard average, and 58.5 yards per game, falling just 6 yards short of achieving a 1,000-yard season. Advancing to 2024, notwithstanding the completion of one less game, he achieved 876 rushing yards on 209 attempts, scored 4 touchdowns, and sustained a commendable 4.2-yard average. These statistics are not merely numerical data. They represent consistency, dependability, and effectiveness, even prior to considering his contributions to the receiving aspect of the game. In 2023, Hall secured 95 receptions for a total of 591 yards, including 4 receiving touchdowns, yielding an average of nearly 8 yards per reception. He served as a valid safety valve and an effective offensive asset in open play, averaging approximately 100 total yards of offense per game. In 2024, the volume and compelled 46 missed tackles while achieving 20 runs exceeding 10 yards, attributes indicative of significant game-changing potential. In 2024, despite a decline in his PFF grade to 62, he maintained a commendable rushing grade and notably augmented his quantity of runs exceeding 10 yards, demonstrating his continued viability and development as a player, notwithstanding reduced utilization. Consequently, what would motivate the Jets to engage in a trade involving him? Simple money, utilization of leverage, and strategic timing. Hall is currently in the final year of his inaugural contract, characterized by a reasonable $434 million cap hit, a $3.4 million base salary, nearly $1 million from his signing bonus, and no roster bonuses. The Jets recognize that they must either extend his contract or allow him to leave. Consequently, if they perceive him as not aligning with their long-term strategy, trading him prior to his eligibility for free agency would be a logical decision to avoid receiving no compensation in return. The Bears, conversely, possess $675 million in cap space for the current year, and are anticipated to have more than $21 million in the subsequent year, indicating their financial capacity to acquire him presently and potentially offer an early contract extension or utilize the franchise tag in the following year if they intend to retain him in the long term. Given a back as formidable as Hall's, such a risk is justifiable. Now let us discuss trade proposals. In trade scenario 1, the Chicago Bears acquire Hall, while the New York Jets obtain a 4th and 5th round pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. Does it seem inconsequential? Consider the ACL injury, the imminent expiration of the contract, and the Jets' objective to alleviate cap constraints. Moreover, Chicago would assume the associated risk, while New York would receive assets in lieu of no return. The second trade scenario involves exchanging Hall for a 2025 4th-round pick in a straightforward Greg Olsen-esque transaction, which benefits both parties, and as indicated by trade value calculators, marginally favors the Jets. The third alternative comprises the budgetary approach, yielding a 5th-round selection for 2025. It may appear paradoxical until one recalls that the worth of running backs has significantly decreased throughout the league. Consider the trade value of Khalil Herbert when the Bears transferred him to the Bengals for a 6th or 7th round selection, notwithstanding his superior health and experience. Thus, 5th for Breece Hall, considering his prior injury? Not mad. Indeed, it represents an advantageous bargain. Rather than focusing on draft picks, let's adopt an unconventional approach. Would you consider a player exchange? My unconventional trade proposal: Bryce Huffer, Zach Pickens, and Dominique Robinson to the Jets in exchange for Hall. The trade represents a salary dump for Chicago, facilitates the Jets in freeing up over $7 million in future cap space, and provides both teams with the opportunity for a fresh start with players who require a change of environment. Chicago secures a competitive advantage by acquiring an established playmaker, while the Jets opt for 3 acquisitions of young, underperforming athletes who may excel within a new strategic framework. Ultimately, however, it transcends mere statistics, salary cap implications, or evaluations. It pertains to compatibility. And Breece Hall integrates seamlessly into Ben Johnson's offensive strategy. He is a significant yards-after-contact phenomenon,